Hello, and welcome to today's interview. I'm Audrey Cushing, the Business Services and Quality Director at B Technologies. Our guest today is Jon Engel, our Client Services Director. He will be sharing highlights from his new white paper, The Client Story. Jon, thanks so much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Audrey. Thank you for having me.
What an interesting title. Can you tell us what this white paper is about?
Well, this is, to me, one of the special moments that you have. Being in the client services role, the covenant relationship that we build with our clients is very special. It's something that takes a lot of work, but it's also at the same time supposed to be very natural. So I know sometimes those can be conflicting statements, but this is always where that relationship is supposed to be gaining momentum and moving in that direction towards a covenant state of trust, building, and value. So really, to me, the theme of the paper had to reach out to value that the client was getting, and really that value comes back to client services. We're able to have conversations, deeper meaning, and adding more significant value to clients when we have that relationship.
How very true. So why did you pick this topic to write on?
Well, specifically, we've all been in that situation, or most of us have been in that situation where you're at a trade show. Now, also timeliness of it is the fact that trade shows have become different. Now, we have them all virtual. We miss the days of being able to mingle and interact with prospects. And that kind of felt natural for me to go back to that and really kind of think about the called pre-COVID days of the trade show and the booth experience. And this particular one should strike at the heart of a lot of us where we're looking for that connection. You know, when I first met this person, the representative for the client at the trade show, neither of us knew anything about each other, our organizations. And so having to bridge that trust and then how we come to this point, fast forward over a year to where there is quantifiable value to the relationship, we've continued to really cement our value as an organization and helping this client. And it still has to be a reminder, where did we come from? And that was kind of that was to me the fun part of writing this, is really putting myself back in that place where I first met the representative.
Wow, interesting. So give us a couple of sneak peeks from the paper. What are some of the highlights?
Well, it's really, not just about the diamond in the rough. Part of the analogy that I use is the finding a priceless piece of art at a street vendor or at an antique store or flea market, and that is kind of the best analogy I could use. So a lot of that is just being open, the openness to share your story, and being on the client side, listening, having the awareness to see that all those vendors that are there have the desire, or should have that desire, to really build that covenant relationship, add value to your organization. So really I had hoped that it would look at for both parties. It's not just written from the vendor perspective. I tried to write it from the client perspective as well. So I think there's value there. We should be open to having these conversations. It's an opportunity to meet somebody and really build a foundation of trust and a foundation of the covenant relationship that grows into the value that we deliver. So I think that's one of the key components I hope people take away from the paper.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, thank you everybody for your time today. To learn more about Jon's white paper, please visit our website where you can download the paper. Thank you.